Wrong
Welcome back,
franchise.
everyone. We're back again. Storm
In the wrong
here.
franchise.
Mom here.
Mom's favorite child, Tom here.
So we're going to be watching Uncharted today. We are not watching Indiana Jones, although I do love Indiana Jones a lot.
Yeah, so stop confusing people.
Yes.
Tom here has seen, or you played Uncharted,
Yes.
so you know.
It's been a while, but yes.
You know the premise and everything, and I'm sure they have a lot of different games, right?
Yeah, it came out, if I'm not mistaken, on the PlayStation 3 originally.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic game, had a great storyline, and I think it did four games that came out for
I know
it.
there's a lot. I don't know. I've always wanted to play them, but I never make time to play games. And I do have like a little list of ones that I keep wanting to play again because I never finished the games that I started.
Well, Uncharted is definitely one that I would recommend because it is a very addictive game. It's got everything in it. It's got a great story behind it. You know,
I love
it's
good story.
fun to play.
Yeah.
Good story, and I love open world games. Like Horizon Zero Dawn is my favorite game, and they have that new one out, Forbidden West.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it an open world game because you're not just going wherever. You still have objectives to complete, and you still have areas that you have to go through. But it's not an open world like BioShock or any other game like that, Red Dead Redemption. Where you can go anywhere.
Yeah. I do have that Redemption game too, and I just never made time to play it, and I really hope one day I will. So we love the channel. I just put a lot of time into this, but and we enjoy reacting together. But that's one big thing I want to do for the channel.
Maybe you should do a video game segment.
I know, that's what I want to do.
Tom can do that.
Maybe you should just do it.
I know, let's just do it, guys. Come on, come join us and subscribe. Right. Subscribing really helps our channel grow. We really need that because we kind of just stopped the last year. But we do have a wonderful fan base, and you guys have been loyal from the start. I know.
If you subscribe, great things will happen.
That's right. Ooh.
And I know Tom Holland is in this movie. We did see trailers for it. Yes. And I do believe Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
So we love them. Yep. And
now I know you don't know much about the games, but me personally, when I saw the trailer, I think Tom Holland is a good fit for our main character Nathan Drake. Mark Wahlberg, I'm a little bit hesitant on him because the character that he's playing, Sully, is he seems to be a lot older in the game.
Okay.
So. He has more, gray hair, gray features, all that kind of stuff. But just an older person. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see a younger version of him being played by Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
okay.
Unless he's just dyeing his hair, I don't know.
I want to ask questions, but I don't want to.
I like Mark Wahlberg as an actor. I just don't know if it's how it fits well with this character.
Yeah, I'm curious.
But I'm interested to see.
And automatically thinking Uncharted, I'm thinking it's going to have to do with like a lost temple or something cool like that. Yeah. And it's going to be like Indiana Jones. That's the first thing I thought of with this. That's why I was like...
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong because I think it'll be better for you to be, more surprised.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun there. Oh, and good. I do love my electronics and stuff, so I wasn't trying to hurt my earbuds before when I was... using them as a lasso.
I was wondering what you were doing.
Like, what is that? Improvise.
Techies are rolling over in their basements.
But also, a few of you are probably going to be asking where Kim is today. Kim is sick. She's doing better, but she does have COVID. And now her husband just came down with it too, so we're just being safe. So she's still staying away because it's still pretty new.
That's right.
And but she is doing good. She does have a pretty darn good cold though, for sure. She had a high fever the other day as well. Yeah. But now she's doing better. And this time actually was worse than the first time she had it when COVID first came out.
Yes,
she only had a headache the first time.
Just tell them the real truth that you traded her in for a better model.
Oh. Well, we're happy that you're here with us today, Tom.
That's for sure.
We always love reacting with you. All right, so we're going to be watching Uncharted on Amazon. Is he falling? Oh, what a day. Oh, crap.
I was going to say, you sure you want to free that up?
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. God.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Message.
Never forget, Drake. I love you.
Oh.
Oh, that's lucky later. Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Bad. Here he is.
Let's rush one on you now.
So I'll steal from the
Yeah,
stealer.
that's right. Gosh.
Made you a drink.
Shirley Temple. So bracelet. Oof, this looks valuable.
We just took it?
Yeah, look at him.
Wait, you know my brother Sam?
Oh, we were practically friends. That's saying something. Considered.
practically.
Yeah, I can't-
Practically, yeah. What's that mean?
Practically, yeah.
There's a whole world you haven't seen.
Aw,
You will.
that's a lot of letters.
Promise.
The one ring to rule them. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he works out.
I'm still Spider-Man on the inside.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And the cat.
That cat, yeah.
And what's with the cat?
Holy cat. She's just for you.
What? No, I'm not gonna keep this thing.
Aw. Ooh, comes in handy. Just don't put it back in
Bubble
your mouth.
yum, yay.
Oh, boy.
Play with a big boys, Wayne, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
He's gonna.
Welcome.
Ooh, he's gonna jump off.
Oh my god, yeah.
Watch out!
That sounds
They got
expensive.
lights there.
Whoa,
Like that.
Whoa, I wish she was around someplace.
That plane is shooting lasers.
Pew, pew, pew.
Check your bag. Do it now.
Oh, did she take it?
She probably did. I bet
Oh,
you.
man.
I bet you.
You got the best of the best here. It's kind of a
Oh
cool
my
rooftop.
God. Whoa. Oh, wow.
You covered well. Oh, don't. Oh, then you're done.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just that.
Get in.
Which church?
Give me that first, and then I'll tell you more. Ah.
Well, you don't catch on too quick, do you? She's not to be trusted. You met her for 2 minutes. She already stole the cross from you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Go back.
Arriba, bajo, al centro y por dentro.
All around the
What's going
room.
on? Yeah.
Who's still thirsty? I found another bottle of red.
Okay, he's drinking too much.
Oh my god.
¿Verdad que no tienes fe en que
¿Pueda valerme por mí mismo?
En él. Tengo fe.
That means no.
He's not really going to kill his own freaking father.
Oh, you got it.
Oh my god!
He's trying to retrace his brother's steps.
Yeah, it's the same cards.
Check the journal.
Someone's gonna come out and be like, "What are you doing?"
Just go pressing random buttons.
Right, that's right.
Booby traps.
That's right.
Well, there's hell.
Ooh.
Whoops.
Turn.
Whoa. Whoa.
Did it hit him? What hit him?
There you go.
That's on tracks.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy, go
nice.
down there. No, thank you.
You have so many apps open. What is wrong with you? Tinder?
Ah.
I own that. I mean, we're the first ones down here in 500 years.
Imagine the spiders that live in there.
Oh my god, no thank you.
I'm gonna go this way.
Uh-oh, they're gonna split up.
Oh, wow, whoops.
Oh,
There's an
maybe
arrow,
not.
all right. Look at that.
We should go your way. Do you see anything weird up there?
Whoa.
Looks like, what's his name from?
Goldar.
Yeah, from Power Rangers.
Whoa.
That's a club.
What?
The Matrix. Are they gonna really dance? Where are their bags? They just leave them there?
Pina colada?
Whoa. Don't forget the key.
Oh, wow.
Don't waste the alcohol.
That's right. She got it. She got it.
Nice.
Whoa. Oh, jeez.
How much water's in that fountain?
Oh, wow.
Found it.
Ding ding. Oh, great. It's behind glass.
Oh, no.
Oh, see?
Oh, see, now he's unraveling. Yeah.
1 second.
Got Ooh,
Freaking
ooh,
knife.
Boy, that knife. Ooh, it's just.
Ooh.
God. Oh, boy, just in time.
Uh-oh. She's not there.
Oh,
Where's Chloe?
no. Oh,
Because you can't lift
boy.
her up.
Oh, yeah, it's just. Oh, God.
I always wanted to try this.
You need to give that thing up already.
It's like solving puzzles to get to the next level.
Ready?
Yeah, right?
So,
Is that what happens in the game?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or huge urns.
yeah.
Zombies are in there.
Roman storehouse. Okay.
Out.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, that's
Ow.
right. Oh, the arm collapsed. Oh, wow.
They're not preserved anymore.
Ooh, another map.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What is it?
Hey, Chloe.
Oh, come
Oh, my
on.
goodness.
After all that, he saved your life.
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
Oh,
boy.
that sucked.
I got assaulted.
I'm thinking of the next line you're gonna tell me.
I don't want her getting scratched.
Then she flies off the plane, right?
My place? It's...
Holy crap! Did she just do that in front of everybody?
Looks like the lass is boosted.
Like no one understands him.
Oh,
Whoa!
my God. Oh,
And then beginning of the movie. She has the advantage right now. Bye!
Whoa.
And kill both of you.
No, my God, she realized. Oh,
Oh, that had to hurt though.
Yeah. Follow me.
Parachute's down there.
Yeah, on the
oh
crate.
gosh, yeah.
You're just moving so fast.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, another hand grab.
Whoa,
Ow.
Whoa, hey.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somewhere, that's for sure.
What the hell happened to you two?
Hey, I think that's Nolan North.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something?
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
see that? Ooh.
Maybe there's a map on there.
Try to match up something.
Oh, watch out for those cannons, though.
Oh, oh, boy.
Where's Sully in all this?
Yeah, I was worried about that. All right, look at oh.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Speaking of which. What?
Oh,
Wow, that's
I don't know if those ships
impressive.
should be stable enough.
Woo! Yeah, up in the sky. Don't look out.
Whee!
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Arr, we be pirates.
And you're gonna follow the other ship with the other ship?
Yeah.
oh my God.
I don't know, I'd secure one of them first.
That's for sure.
No.
Oh, that's.
There we go. Now it looks like the game.
Oh yeah, that's what he has.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
That's not gonna float. Oh, crunch.
Ooh.
Boy. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Cannonballs.
Oh, boy. That was not good. Oh, God. Boy, good. Wow, good. Whoops.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good shot too.
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's so sad.
Oh.
Oh man, he actually did the whole thing.
Wow. He
That
did.
hurt.
Love conquers all.
Woo-hoo.
Holy ship! Oh.
That's for sure.
Want to hear like a funny
Wow.
sound? No.
As it goes over a waterfall.
Lost everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. I got this. You gotta be kidding me. And these.
He has more.
Watch Sam be in there.
Oh.
What is that thing on your face?
Yeah, puberty's right around the corner, kid. You can grow your own. Did you know you need special papers to bring an animal on a plane? I did not know.
Oh, does he have his cat?
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
No.
Oh,
Part 2.
right.
To be continued.
That's right. Yes, definitely. Wow.
So is this music from the games? I know this song.
It's been so long since I played them that I can't
heard
really
the song.
remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I heard the song. I don't know. I'm having a moment, but I do listen to my Spotify account a lot when I'm editing, and I'll have like just background music on, and it kind of sounded like that. So, anywho, what'd you think?
My first thoughts is, I might be pulling this out of my ass, but I think it's been so long since I played the games that I think this movie followed the second video game more than the first.
Okay. What parts? Like, you think the ship's at the end or something?
Well, having the fact that Sully and Nathan first meet, I believe, happened as a flashback in the second game.
Okay.
Because in the first game, you kind of just go right into it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's you're probably talking like at least a decade since I played these games.
Yeah.
So
they had a new one kind of come out recently, right? I mean, I don't know how many, 4 or 5 games now.
Well, they have I think 4 out, and then they re-released all the games in, I think, for the PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. Several years ago. But it's been a while since since it's actually come out as a game.
Yeah. I mean, I found it pretty exciting. I was trying to, ask you a couple times without distracting us too much, comparing, is this from the game? Is this something similar like we saw?
Well, it definitely had the game feel to it, because you have the action.
Yeah.
You have the suspicious friends that are, you don't know if they're here to help you or if they're here to betray you, and they kind of do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But you also have the puzzle solving, mm-hmm. which was a big part of the game, because you really can't go to the next chapter until you figure out why you're here to begin with.
Yeah.
But you're given like different keys, different objects that are designed to help you figure out what your next move is. So that's part of the game where you have to figure it out. It's all problem solving. It's all puzzles. It's all, you know.
And I enjoy those to a certain extent in games. I haven't played Uncharted, but like with Horizon Zero Dawn, I used to love those puzzles, and some are very easy, but some
are very hard.
They're very hard, where it gets so frustrating. I don't look up anything, but it'll take me a long time to figure it out, to the point where I'll just like give up and go somewhere else. But it's an open world game where you can do that, meaning that you can just explore elsewhere in the game. But yeah, like sometimes it's quite complicated. It's good to make you think like that. But I thought there was a lot of problem solving here. I mean, they weren't complicated. It was fun. But the whole key thing.
Putting the 2 keys together, and then after that, do the
well, see, a lot of, like, especially in the games, a lot of the problem solving resorted to that journal that they were using.
Okay.
Because that journal has a whole ton of notes in there. And it tells you, like, you're pretty much taking the journal with all the notes that are in there, and you're filling in the blanks with what you know, and what you have. So, if, like, for instance, he had the crosses in the journal. In the game, it would show the cross, and it would tell you, heaven or hell, or however they had it, signified. It would give you a hint as to how to do it. It wouldn't tell you how to do it, but it would give you a hint as to what to look for.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's different, but this reminded me a lot of National Treasure. We really liked that movie. That was a lot of fun. And the energy was good in this, but I felt all those keys, the puzzle solving, like, I wish that was shorter, more condensed, and was only like 20 minutes to half hour. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like it was more of the movie than not. Yeah. And I wish the pace picked up more. It was so exciting because I wanted to learn about the characters. I like the interaction with Nathan and with Chloe, and even with Sully. I thought he was fun. But I wanted, so we did have some of that, but I wanted them more like together. I thought they were going to be away on an island, going through ruin, going through temples and stuff like Indiana Jones. And so it got more exciting at the end. If
they do sequels, then I'm sure, things like that would probably come into it. But this is pretty much just setting up the story as to what Nathan and what Sully are, pretty much joining forces. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much just getting the two of them together, because throughout the whole series, those two are a pair. They're your main characters.
Mm-hmm. And here we have Sully and we have Chloe who have major trust issues. And now Nathan's starting to have trust issues too, but he's more of the heart of everyone. So
Well, I think Nathan is more the glue. He's so trustworthy that you can't help but trust him. So it kind of like, look at Sully. I mean, it kind of makes him think twice about his actions. I mean, he threw away his old bag of gold to save him.
That was very
So
that was good.
Yeah.
It was a little predictable, but that was good. I love that he came around because he was very shallow. It was all about the gold. Even Chloe, like, she had a more personal agenda though, because she wanted the gold, but at the same time she was very hurt with betrayal in the past, so she didn't trust anyone like Sully. So
and she still got betrayed, but she was also doing the betraying.
I did like that scene when Nathan actually tricked her and had that bait out there to see what she would do to have the wrong coordinates out there so she can make that decision, and he wasn't going to screw her over,
Well, he was ready to tell her, but
first.
Yeah, they decided not to.
Yeah, that's why he kept looking back. So I like how he did that to test her. So that was more on her
She failed.
anyways, because she's the one who tried to screw him again to find it first. So that was actually kind of good, instead of him just going, I'm just going to do this by myself, because she already betrayed him when he saved her life. Like, that sucked, but I know it's deep within her, the trust issues. So she was just like, screw this. I'm going to definitely do this.
I did feel like this movie was it was being shown like a game would, and I kind of like that feel to it. Just the combination of the action, the adventure, the mystery behind it. But some of the things were kind of far-fetched, especially towards the end with the helicopter scene.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know that those choppers are designed for picking up. Yeah, they're designed for picking up large loads and weight, but to be swinging them around like that, chasing after each other.
Yeah.
And if that ship gets detached like that, that chopper is going to be going flying. It's
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you have to let it go. But I agree, because I was overthinking it too. Because right when I'm like, okay, how are they going to get these ships out of here anyways? I'm like, okay, she blew a hole into the mountain, so now there's an escape route. But at the same time, it's small, and these are huge ships, so they have a perfect opening above it to pull them out. And how the ships get there to begin with, like.
Well, they probably brought him in through that cave, and who knows what the cave looked like, 100 years ago, whatever. Yeah,
500. I don't know. It was a
so
while.
they probably brought him in one at a time, beached them, so they can't float away, and then, but just for how old those ships are, to dig them out like they did and put the nets underneath them to pick them up. How long was Sully and Nate waiting in that little cubbyhole? I mean, it didn't seem like they were there for. I mean, that's probably like a couple of weeks or a month, to get that.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no way you can, in order to properly pick out a.
So thirsty.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, all he got is whatever he was drinking, that 100-year-old rum or whatever it was.
Maybe that's why, because I know they had like subtle jokes now and again that were pretty funny. But I'm like, well, why even drink that? But I guess to show sustenance, somehow we survived.
Yeah, so I was a little, it was kind of campy for that scene towards the end, but I let it go because
it was fun. It was the most
fun,
exciting, but it was kind of crazy seeing one helicopter lift this huge ship. There was just too many variables. There was too many things going on. Where again, you have heavy gold and whatever else. You have cannons on.
Well, you have the cannons on there. Yeah, you got it's still loaded with everything.
So freaking heavy, and how much load
and
can
it's old.
One helicopter take? So not only lifting with just one helicopter, but how is that ship staying together? I mean, yes, you have a net underneath it, but you're pulling it up in all directions. Like, it's probably going to cave in and crunch, and there's so many.
Especially when Sully dipped down and the ship went into the water a little bit. All that friction that it would have caused would have slowed the helicopter down so much that it probably would have just torn the boat apart or the chopper.
And it
probably just pulled it down.
The ship probably would have taken on more water too, because there was a lot of holes.
Yeah, it wasn't in great condition.
So it would have been heavier there too.
The ship
but all that aside, it was still enjoyable to watch. But the one thing that did remind me is that whole cave scene when the ship's in there. It kind of reminds me of the end of the Goonies, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys because you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
But it does remind me a lot of the Goonies because it kind of ends in the same way, except without choppers. But I'm not going to compare them like that. But it does end and it has that same kind of feel to it.
Okay.
So I think you should.
know the
I
truffle
recommend.
shuffle.
I recommend watching that movie just so you can get the reference.
We
So
did get a few
hopefully these
requests for
guys.
that in the past.
We do every now and again, and hopefully we get more, and so that we can actually watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a fun movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So vote, request it, and vote.
Yeah, so overall, I really did like this movie. It was very different from what I thought it was going to be. I really wanted a lot more action. I wanted it just like the ending. I know how crazy that was, but I wanted more of something like that, or just being on the island finding like ancient ruin. Like it was cool going underneath and like, going with the keys and finding these hidden corridors that like led to secret places. Then you had a club down there, which was so crazy, and they kept the original plaque there that they had to find. So maybe.
Well, I don't think it was actually a plaque. I think it was actually part of the wall.
But you have this whole club down there, and that never was removed. So it's good. They're lucky it stayed there.
You got to think of where they are. Everything there is so old that there's probably some kind of laws. I don't know their laws, but
remove it or
you can't deface or something that's historical.
Mm-hmm. But you can have a club down here. Woo!
Well, I just having a club down there though. No one's done any inspection to see that that there's that hole that came out of. Yeah. It doesn't go in. Where does that go to? No one explored that.
Maybe because you need the keys to open it. That they didn't even know it was a door. They saw the key.
Well, didn't they kind of bust out of that? They didn't use the key to get into the club, right?
Well, you're right. The way they came in, there was just you're right. Like, why didn't they explore that before? Because there was just.
I'm sure somebody would have saw like an electrician or whoever is like, what is that hole for?
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah, so who knows?
I know I'm thinking of way too much about this, but.
Mm-hmm. But it was fun, like trying to see the three of them, Sully, Nathan, and Chloe, having those issues with each other and trying to work as a team. And then you have like this trust factor with the keys that one person needs one and then the other needs the other one. So that way you have to learn to trust each other and.
A lot of puzzle solving.
Yeah. It was simple puzzles. Like, they had to figure out a few things and just use the keys to turn it. And, but that was still fun. Yeah. I wish it was more involved.
Well, like the journals, in the game, though, the keys would just be one aspect of it. Mm-hmm. There'd be several other things you'd have to figure out in order to get to the end prize. Mm-hmm. And they used the journal, I think, twice. Once to find that tree insignia, which they found on the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I think once at the beginning for the keys, but or for the cross, but in the game you use that journal a lot more, and there's a lot more elements to the puzzle, not just keys and a tree. There's a lot more to it.
There is.
Yeah.
Because like the tree would lead to this, which led to the cross, and then the crosses would lead to something else, and something else lead to something else, and then eventually you'd get to your end result.
Mm-hmm. So, I think it's fun having a treasure hunt.
Yes, right.
I always think.
Well, I think they probably didn't do it that way just to keep the movie shorter, because it takes that game's not a short game. It takes a while to get through it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure the movie would result in a 4-hour movie.
And it's hard too, because here you have not just one game would be really hard to like tell a story, because when you play a game, again, like there's several other aspects. Like you have a main story, but you have all these little things that build up where you learn more about the side characters, the main character, and you really get a bond. Like you really get invested for these characters. So to portray all of that in a 2-hour movie, that's really hard to do. So I am curious on what other fans think about this movie comparing to the game. Like, did they capture Nathan Drake exactly how they pictured him in the games? I love Tom Holland. I think he was great in this. He's a great actor.
I like Tom Holland too. He's a little bit smaller than Drake in the game is. Mm-hmm. Drake in the game, I'm not saying he's jacked, but he's got more of a bigger chest, I want to say. Mm-hmm. He's just a bigger person. Yeah. He kind of looked like his voice actor, Nathan Nolan North. Sorry.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like him, only more jacked. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what the Drake in the game looks like.
Okay.
As far as Sully goes, at first I was kind of skeptical about Mark Wahlberg playing Sully, but the way he was talking to Drake was actually pretty good. Because in the game, Sully always called Nathan, kid, hey kid, you know, and he
Okay.
did that a lot in this, and Sully always did that a lot in the game.
That's
But in
cool.
the game, I'm also used to seeing him with a mustache. You know, and he's
That'll
an
be
older
next
person.
one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so seeing him with a mustache actually, gets me excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's
okay,
true
yeah,
because they were
okay.
joking about that at the end there.
That's
So
right.
now they're putting more elements of the game in there because you even got excited when Nathan was fighting on the ship and he grabbed that holster or whatever, that brown holster thing.
Yeah,
that he
'cause
wrapped
in the-
around himself.
In the first
That's what it
game,
looks like.
he gets that pretty early on because throughout the game you're using a pistol and you have to pick up ammo and all that kind of stuff to help you out. And you have limited ammo, so you have to use it wisely. But he still has that look to him. But the way Tom Holland dressed was pretty spot on. Kind of that
That's cool.
preppy adventurer look,
Yeah, because honestly, I haven't played the games and I recognize that right away because I've seen clips of the game somewhere. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure you've seen trailers for it on
Probably a
TV
while
and stuff.
ago.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think it was very
That was
exciting.
good. It's very good.
So did you guys have a favorite character? Nathan, Chloe, Sully?
I mean,
I like
Joe.
Nate. I like Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, I have to say Nate and Sully just
Sully-
because
Sully too, yeah.
they're the main characters, and Nathan. I like Tom Holland, and Nathan. You can't help but not like his character.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan was my favorite. I love Mark Wahlberg. I think he was good as Sully.
Very good, yes.
I can't help myself. I love the movie Ted. Mom hasn't seen that yet. I saw it a while ago. And I just see Mark as that guy, and sometimes I just want to laugh.
Oh my God.
I was thinking that at the beginning. I was waiting for like a stuffed teddy bear to come out.
I know, right? Mom's like, what?
Yeah, what is that?
But yeah, so I like Mark Wahlberg in this. I like him as Sully. But my favorite was definitely Nate. I love Tom
Nate, too.
Holland. And Chloe was good. I liked her.
Yes.
I hate that she betrayed, Nate midway
Yes,
through and later on, but that's her character,
Well, I mean, even if we see her again in the next movie or something, she's probably still gonna be the exact same person because she got betrayed again at the end,
Oh,
even
that's
though
right,
she was
she
the
did.
one betraying.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
this movie was rated PG-13, and I noticed that we didn't see a lot of gore, which I'm totally okay with. I don't want to see we saw
The only gore we saw was the slicing of the throat, wasn't it?
No, yeah, you're right. We did
Yeah, we
quickly
did
see
see-
that, but
yeah,
we didn't really
quickly.
see any gore from that. We saw
No,
the
we
blood.
We just saw the
splatters when
blood.
Joe killed
Yeah.
him, right? And
Yeah.
when Joe killed Braddock, he fell on the ground, and we saw some blood trickle, but we didn't actually see a pool of blood, which I think
No.
we would see. And before, when Braddock killed his own freaking father in the
Yeah,
car,
They cut away from
they
it.
cut away
Yeah.
from it, so we didn't
They
actually
did.
see it, but you heard the noise,
Yeah.
So I like it when we don't really see a lot of
Yeah, me
gore
too.
and.
It's better.
Mom, you love gore, you
Yeah, I
do.
know.
Boy.
No, I know she hates it, but you're a good sport about it.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But no, I'm
Oh,
glad
my
that we
God.
didn't really see much of that, but
Yeah.
yeah, pretty
That
dark
was-
guy.
That was a good movie.
It was
Yeah,
good.
good.
Joe was very determined, and
That's for sure.
she's like one of those bad guys where I was like, "Come
Oh my
on, really?
gosh,
You're still
yeah.
around?" But she was very determined to get this treasure too.
That's for sure.
And what a
I don't know,
twist
when-
that she killed Braddock over it.
Well, when she fell into the water from that height, I mean, that should have been enough to at least knock her unconscious, if not kill her, because that was, she was kind of flopping to the water.
And then
But
the ship
the
crushing
ship-
her head, landing on top of her.
Wow.
Yeah, that would do it.
She's gonna come back in the second
I said,
movie,
yeah.
robotics or
She's-
something.
She's gonna be like Darth Maul, just keep coming back.
That's right. That's
Spoilers, Tom. Although we're caught up, so it's
That's
all
right.
good.
I didn't say anything. I just said Darth Maul.
What? Tom's like,
Maybe I
crap.
meant action figure. I don't know.
It's like crap. I don't know. But yeah, so guys, leave your comments below
Yes.
on how you felt about this movie, especially if you played the Uncharted games. I have been wanting to play those games, but I still have a lot of other things I have to finish playing first.
That's right.
And if I misspoke about anything, just remember it's been like a decade since I played these games, so
Okay.
cut me some slack, yo.
And we're genuine, we don't
That's
research
right,
anything
yeah.
beforehand. We're just going right in, and sometimes we
But
read who stars.
I
in
will
it.
say it was definitely nice to see Nolan North have a cameo
That is pretty
in
cool.
It's like a good homage to
That is
him.
good, yeah.
And honestly, even if he didn't say anything, I was going to say he looked really familiar. And
Well, for him to say, that happened to me once, it's yeah, it did.
Great, yeah.
You think?
And I have to randomly say, Mom, when you first saw him and you got excited, I think you thought for a second, because he kind of looks like Saul a little bit on Better Call Saul.
What I thought.
So I knew that's what you were thinking. So I wasn't going to correct at that time, but I wanted to say, I'm like, he does kind of have that face, and his voice a little bit sounds like him for a moment.
That's right.
And we've been watching a lot of Better Call Saul, so you got excited. But that's cool, yeah. But very good movie. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, things were far-fetched and stuff, but that was part of the...
The only thing I thought was really far-fetched was the helicopter scene.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. So that was the biggest. But that was like the best scene, though. That was like the funniest scene. Most entertaining, I have to say.
That's right.
That and the crates on the plane.
No, the crane.
Oh, yeah.
What a shocking way to start a movie, huh?
That's right,
Holy.
my gosh, wow.
Without any Spider-Man abilities. No.
That's right, no.
So
We're not Spider-Man. Don't forget that.
That's for
yes,
sure.
and if you
My
guys
God.
want to vote on our Patreon, you can vote for movies and shows there. We have
Really?
polls every Monday that you can request
Ooh.
and vote on. And we'll see what we're watching next. So
That's
Kim
right.
will be joining us soon again. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
definitely.
watching, and we'll see you very soon as always.
Woo.
Bye, guys!
Bye. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.